All right, we made it all the way through 2025. And I don't even know where to start from there. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. What a year, right? So this is it. This is the final pickups video. And I feel like I have a lot to say, but if you've never watched the channel, I never script anything, and I'm probably should write some notes because there was a lot of stuff I want to say, but I like to do it organically. So I'm going to show off the games that I ended the year with and just do a little chit-chatting along the way. Once again, not a crazy month, and I'm okay with that, completely okay with that. Slow down quite a bit. Something I don't know if I've ever showed, but I keep track in this little leisure book that I have. I've had it for 3 years now. Got to put a VGM sticker on it at some point. It's kind of cool to look back over 3 years. I've been doing it every month, how many games I pick up, but also for what systems. And this, with the conclusion of this month for the whole year, I only picked up 163 games, which I shouldn't say only. I know that's a lot in perspective. That also doesn't include the 60 odd games I got from Video Games Monthly that I started this year, which I will talk about in a video too, but 163 is down quite a bit from last year. I picked up over 400, so I definitely toned it down. And really, honestly, I'm okay with that. I do feel like I have a good sized collection, and as much as I like to add to it, I like to not go overboard and overspend on games that I honestly don't even have time to play right now. So I still super enjoy collecting. It's one of my favorite hobbies as an adult. I have very little time to myself, but picking up video games brings me joy, and it should, right? If you do the hobby and you like it that much, and I do. So I'm gonna keep going. I don't plan on slowing down more than I did this year, and I really didn't try to get less games this year. I was limited on how much time I had to shop or go out, and I just was, had other things to focus on, so it just wasn't a hobby I spent as much time on. Anyways, I've already rambled enough, and I haven't shown a single game. Let's start off. So this is something I really want to talk about before anyone tunes out of the channel. I got like a minute left before people start clicking to something else. I don't even want to say if you've watched the channel before. I'm a big purveyor of physical media. I always want to do physical media. I'm really resistant on adapting the digital. I just don't like it. I don't mind it for people that want to do digital. I think it should be an option, but I'm always going to try to stick to physical. That being said, I will go to these third-party companies that are making physical games. Usually the products come out pretty well. My biggest complaint, which I think almost anyone that does go to all these other sites, is that the wait time is atrocious. It's, unbelievably long. Case in point, this I ordered over a year ago, and this was back when I was trying to be like Uber, I'm gonna collect all this crazy stuff. The game looks cool. It's called Infinite Beyond the Mind. Looks like it's like an old, obviously as you can tell by the artwork, it's like an older style platformer. But then it came out with the different cover of the other protagonist. So I had, of course, picked up both. It is cool how it makes the scene, but is it necessary to own both of them? I don't know. They both came with these note cards. If you anybody writes a note on these still to send in the mail. Very happy to get them. It took over a year. Okay, fine. This is the one. By the way, this is from Strictly Limited Games. I don't order a ton from them. In fact, before these games, I think I've only ever received 2, maybe 3 games. This is the one that I have a major issue with. I paid money for this. They took the money out of my account in July of 2023. So that's a year and a half to deliver this game. And I paid $150 for the collector's edition or special edition. I don't even remember the name because how are you supposed to remember after a year and a half? Here's the problem I had. This is what I received. I got this in the package with Infinite Beyond the Mind. It is Bubble Bobble, every bubble. This is a game very nostalgic for me from my childhood. So this is it. This is what I received, along with, once again, You know, a very cool little piece of art, like the post-it card, or postcard. And I will put a picture on screen here. This is what I was supposed to receive for $150 that I paid for a year and a half ago. The plushies and all these other extras I was really excited to get. Didn't get anything for $150. Obviously, I'm not going to let this go. I've already sent an email. I sent it a couple weeks ago before, or when I received the product. Haven't heard back from them, so I'm going to email them again. Once again, with these smaller companies, I know it's so hard to get a hold of somebody. Like, I haven't even looked for a phone number yet, but who's going to, you know, answer? I hope eventually somebody answers via email. But unbelievable that I paid that much money, waited this long, and literally just got the game. And I want the game. This is a game I actually want to play. But I paid that kind of money. I want all the stuff I paid for. And it sucks so bad because, to go back to what I was originally saying, you know, I really want to support these companies. And I do. The games are they're like any other Switch game that Nintendo would publish. The case and the games are fine. But how are you supposed to support these companies that take this long to get a game out, and then they don't deliver on what you paid for? I mean, I could rant about this for quite a while, but it's very irksome to me. I'm just very bothered by that. Anyways, that out of the way, let's get back to having fun. Here's my one Genesis game, and I was excited to pick this up because my daughter and I watched the Wednesday Addams show together. The second season I thought was much better than the first. I enjoyed the first one with her, but she loves that show. She made me watch it like right away. It's very fun. So we watched it, and I picked up the Addams Family game. And once again, I always try to get these in complete condition. Manuals, a little bent on the corners, but nothing bad at all. So yeah, we haven't played it yet, but I will play this with her. That'll be fun to check out. And then, you know, I had to get this. It was a special edition thing they had on Amazon, and it's the Mirror Edition for Expedition 33. And I already have the game. I already beat the game, but I'm going to keep this sealed as part of the collection. I kind of want to open it because it has a steel book in it that looks sweet. So we'll see. Someday I might just be down here having a couple drinks, going through game stuff, and decide, oh, it's time to open it and look at everything. It has some, like, once again, I think it has postcards in this too, or just like art cards, which are fine, but I don't think I would display those unless I found a frame that would work for it anyways, and I'm not in a hurry to do that, but I would love to look at the steelbook and display that with the other ones. But for now, I'm going to keep it sealed. I absolutely love this game. I'm not going to make a Games of the Year video. I don't feel like I play enough newer games. I don't play a ton of games, period, every year, and then half the ones I do are Sega Genesis or Nintendo, Super Nintendo. So I don't want to make a Games of the Year when I probably only played 4 or 5, like, modern games, like, to all the way through. So yeah, not going to do that. But this was easily my Game of the Year. I don't want to toot my own horn because I don't have one. I don't need to pat on the back from anybody, but I was talking about this game before it came out, about that I thought it looked awesome and it was going to be something special, and I'm not saying I was right or, you know, anything, but I was right. So anyways, I picked that up. And then the rest, if you aren't interested in, like, PlayStation 2, basically, sayonara. Thanks for checking out the video. Have a great New Year's. But I picked up a bunch of PS2 stuff, and I'm going to show that off. One of them is not PS2, but that'll make sense in a second. The first is from my buddy, Nate. Goes by Ember Box on YouTube. And he sent me these. We send each other, like, little things once in a while. And I was very appreciative to get it. I was prepared to pay him back. He said, no, this is a Christmas gift. And I was like, oh. He actually sent me a very nice note too, but I'm not going to read that on camera because, you know, we don't need to get that sentimental. But he's a great guy. Love talking. He's one of those people that it's great that I connect with on Discord. That's so nice to be an adult once in a while and connect with other adults that share the same hobby, just talk about video games a little bit or whatever. And we've, you know, sparked up a real friendship. He's gone to Midwest Gaming Classic a couple times with me, and just, you know, it's great to make friends like that. Anyways, he sent me iToy Play 2. Got the first one. Here's NFL head coach. The amount of football games on the PS2 was unbelievable. Oh, and these are also all complete. If you have never watched the channel, I'm going for a complete PS2 collection. And complete meaning the case, manual, and game. If there's, like, other, like, things in original games, like little slips. I don't care about that, just as long as it has the manual. So there's that. Here's Just Cause. And this one I actually have wanted to get for a while because I kind of want to play it. I have not played it since he sent it to me, but it's on my list, the ever-growing list. It's Goblin Commander, Unleash the Horde. It just looks fun. Looks like a strategy like game. I don't know if it's a strategy / RPG or what, but it looks like it has strategy elements to it. So it could be very cool. Anyways, thanks again, Nate, for those. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. Thank you for feeding the PS2 collection. And then these I found at GameStop, of all places. You know, I've kind of written GameStop off. Also, too, by the way, I've watched a couple of my videos to try to write some stuff down. I say way too much. And I'm very self-conscious about it now because I'm trying to say it less because it annoys me when I watch it. And I'm like, dude, stop saying I keep saying it. So I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. So anyways, GameStop, yeah, I get it. They kind of suck. It's a corporate thing, but I don't want GameStop to go away because someday I want it to become a real game store again for gamers. We don't have enough stores. We have little, and independent stores, scattered around. That's great, and I don't want those to go away either. But it's nice to have a staple, like that we can go to, and that if they ever actually got their head out of their ass, they have no other competition for game stores. They could really do something special, but that's a whole nother discussion. I found games there. So here's what I got. Rayman Origins. I'm just a big Rayman fan. I don't know why. It's just, I guess because they're old school, nostalgic platformers for me. And it's just one of those games that I'm like, whenever I see the, IPs like this, I'm like, oh, yeah, I want that. So I didn't have it in the collection. I picked it up. It was cheap. GameStop actually does normally cheap prices on their retro stuff in the store. They're like $5-6. I'm like, okay, I'll pick that up. And then they have PS2 stuff, which is amazing. So I picked some up. It's Real Fishing 3. I don't know which other Real Fishings I have, but this is the third one. Here's Rapala Pro Fishing. And I have Rapala Pro Bass Fishing, but this is just fishing, no bass. It could have bass. It looks like it has bass on the back, but it has other fish as well. So 2 fishing games. And then this one was very exciting. Batman Begins. How cool is that? And this one, I believe, if I should have looked before I did the video, but yes. Okay, so on the cover, it has, which once again, one more thing they're taking away from us physical gamers. Gamers are getting screwed in 2025. You can quote me on that one. It's got the printed on the case is this little sticker here. Let's see if I can get close. Which way? This way. It's for a free ticket to go see the friggin' movie in the theater. And inside the manual is the actual ticket. Now, it has expired, unfortunately, so I can't go to the theater anymore to see it, but it's cool to have this ticket still in the manual. That was awesome. So I have that. And then the last one I found from GameStop is actually Finding Nemo that has the same thing. It has this print on it. Unfortunately, this one does not have the sticker. I looked through, it's just the manual, so kind of a bummer, but it's cool. But here's the thing with this. I saw this on the shelf. And I use GameEye on my phone because I have quite a few PS2 games, and I can't remember all the football games. I can't remember them. There's too many. So I looked on GameEye, and I didn't have this on the list. And I'm like, I thought I had it, but maybe I saw it somewhere, and it didn't have the manual, so I didn't pick it up. I'm not sure. So I picked it up and I brought it home, and yeah, it was on my shelf. I'm an idiot. I'm a dumb, disorganized sometimes person, and I just had never scanned it. I don't know how it ended up on the shelf without getting scanned. I don't know. Maybe it was before I started scanning. Who knows? It's a mystery. But the one I have, I'll show a picture here, is a print that doesn't have this like movie ticket thing notification on the cover. So it's a variation. Now, I don't go hunting for variations. I don't even know which ones there are out there for PS2. But because I have this already, I'm just going to keep it. I think it's cool that there is a, different cover. So yeah, I'm keeping both of them. I'm going to have 2 Finding Nemos in the collection. So there's that. Okay, fine. All right, and then the last stack, this was a combination of, believe it or not, Goodwill. This is December. It's the second time this year I've gone to Goodwill to look for games because they've just absolutely fallen apart. And I kind of don't like their business model, how they're taking advantage of people that really need help, you know, getting clothing, like basic stuff for what should be like a super cheap price, like a pair of jeans or a shirt for $1.25. And they've just started jacking up their prices because it's become more popular. And okay, I'm gonna stop myself right now because once again, I could go into a rant about why I don't like their business practice. But in terms of video games, they really have stopped keeping games in the store except for like some really crappy old, you know, sports titles on whatever system. Anything good, they send off to their whatever corporate headquarters, and they have their own auction site like eBay. I think it's called Goodwill, just called Goodwill Finds, if I remember. I've never even bothered to go onto the website, and I never will. I refuse to do that. I think it's really shitty that they're ruining game hunting in the wild for people. I wouldn't be opposed to if they knew that the games were worth more, if they put those at a higher price in the store, because it's not a necessity. It's not like clothing or something that people are going to that need that help. They're video games. Nobody needs it, right? I don't need them. I want them. So if they put those at a higher price in the store, like behind a glass or something, I'd be fine with that. Even though they didn't spend any, they were just donated. If they really wanted to be that greedy, which they do, and they're entitled to, I don't have to like it, but I would be okay with that. But with the fact that they take them out of the store to ruin physical game hunting for people, I just refuse to go on that website. Anyways, I found a couple games in the store. And then the other one we went to, my son and I, we went to Second and Charles, and I found a decent stack there. So more PS2 games. I'm just going to go through these quickly because I'm trying to keep all these videos under 20 minutes. This first one is Bode Miller, Alpine Skiing. Never heard of this dude. I apologize. If you love that game, that's awesome. Here's NBA 2K11, and it's got my boy Jordan on it. I'm from Chicago. He's the GOAT forever. I don't care what you say, you're wrong. Here's ESPN 2K5. Once again, I think there's almost as many basketball games between the NBA and the NCAA as there are football games on the PS2. When I get them all, I will add them up and let you know. Here's the NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. NCAA Game Breaker 2001. I should have a tally on here. Football games versus basketball games. Here's a baseball one. All-Star Baseball 2002. So yeah, not the most exciting, but like I said, I'm going for the complete collection. Here's Family Feud. Okay, back in the day. Dance Dance Revolution Supernova 2. This one, okay guys, I'm excited because I have 2 dance pads and I played, once in a while we play one of the Dance Dance Revolutions. I'm still better than my kids. I don't know how long that will last for, but they also suck because they don't play, right? They don't practice. They're too busy on stupid games like Fortnite or what is it? Roblox? Dumb things. So anyways, yeah, got that. Here's American Idol. I thought I had this. I think I have a different one, but I never had that one. So okay. And then here's Driving Emotion Type S. And I gotta admit, I don't know anything about this one, but for a time there, during like the PS1, PS2 game, PS2 era, I was kind of into like the Gran Turismo. Like I loved the fact that technology had gotten to the point that when you bought a different car part, you could actually feel it in the way the car handled in the game. And I thought that was fascinating. It was they were very difficult, but it was very satisfying when you won a couple races and you had enough money to like upgrade a car. I don't know if this game is like that. It looks like it's more serious, but very cool. I just said but it's very cool. I'll give it a shot sometime. I did like those games back at that time, but it's also when I had more time where I could sit down and do races like that and I will be honest, the races were kind of dull. Like you're really focused, and if you take one bad turn, you're like, oh, I just blew the race, one turn. But if you get to the point where you get good at those, they're very satisfying when you start winning races and you build up your car. So that's really it. Like I said, I got to 163 games. That doesn't include my video games monthly. And that's supposed to be 5 games a month. I do think there was 1 or 2 months that I got like an extra game. But I'm just gonna say 60. So I got about 220 something games, about half of last year. Like I said earlier, it's totally fine with that. You know, very happy with the way I'm collecting. The last thing I will say, just to update on the PS2 collection, I'm not going to do a video specific on that for a while yet, but with these games now, my PS2 collection is up to 828, which I'm, you know, very happy with. My goal was 800, and I think the only reason I have a goal every year is just to try to like push myself to like, you know, remember, hey, let's, you know, this is what you're hunting for, or motivation to go out once in a while at least and try to find some. I'm pretty amazed I'm still able to find even these like kind of more generic sports titles or whatnot. After having 800 games, I'm still able to find them at local places here. So that's very cool. I'll say my soft goal now, for the last few years, it's always been like, oh, 100 PS2 games. And that's fine. I've usually exceeded it by a little bit. But I gotta tell you guys, because I'm at 828, I kind of really want to push it next year and make my goal is that 1,000 point. And then I would do a video just kind of going over the collection thus far. I think I can do that. I'm going to Midwest Gaming Classic, which I'm already very excited about. And I think I just might try to clean up on PS2 stuff there. I don't like know what else I would go up there that there's a few specific games I'm looking for that are a little bit higher end. But I think I could just buy a crap ton of PS2 games. And I think that's kind of what I'm going to do. So we'll see. I think if I was able to, you know, pick up a sizable amount there, that would really help me get to that 200 or up to the 1,000 mark for next year. I don't know. We'll see. But that's it. That's it for 2025. I am going to do one more video, I hope, before the end of the year, kind of discussing some other things I want to get into, but it doesn't have specifically to do with pickups, and this video is already too long, like all of them are. So I'm going to just do that in another video. But yeah, it was a great year for me, guys. I really hope if you made it this far that you had an awesome year collecting and playing video games. It's such a fun hobby. I know there's so much negativity around a lot of things, but I still think it's a great hobby. I love doing it. So I'm really happy with my year. I hope you guys are happy with your year too, and hopefully we have a lot of fun next year. So that's it for me. Have a safe, happy New Year's, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.